afternoon, everybody. I'm going to do a very simple, self-explanatory zucchini and onions side dish. Something fresh and delicious for the summer is some good old zucchini, yellow squash, some onions. Sometimes I add peppers, but today it's going to be quick and simple. 2 zucchinis and 1 yellow onion. So, wash your zucchini and let's chop it up into cube sizes. I'm going to cook it with some salt, some Mrs. Dash, some butter, chop up the onions, and then we will be ready to enjoy. Summer days, you want something delicious and nutritious, but something that's not going to be really time consuming to make. So this dish right here is Southern comfort, very refreshing and delicious, and a healthy alternative in the summer. You go to your local farmer's market or your local grocery store. It's very easy to find. See this? Maybe like a half-inch pieces that I'm cutting and chopping up. This is enough to feed a family of 4. If you have a family that's bigger than 4, then you would need to add at least another 2 zucchinis. But 2 zucchinis will feed a family of 4. Okay. Put that to the side. Turn my cutting board to this side. So I got 1 zucchini on one side. Then I'm going to cut up this onion. I had the onion on the opposite side. So I'm cutting my onion in 6 pieces across and then cut it in half. So it's going to be 12 medium-sized pieces of onions, because you want the onions to be medium to thinly sliced so that when you cook it, you're cooking it until it becomes translucent. If you cook your onions, chop them up small enough, it makes it easier for them to cook. Give me a second, guys. Let me get the butter. Alright, this is the churn style butter, my country crock. Okay. You're going to need at least 3 tablespoons of butter. Sea salt. And I like to use this yellow Mrs. Dash original seasoning. Alright, so move this over to the side. Stainless steel frying pan. I'm going to turn it on medium. This is a gas stove. So I have the gas stove on medium. And I'm going to put the butter inside of the frying pan. Like I said, you're going to need at least 3 tablespoons of butter. because you want the butter to melt. Once the butter starts to melt, you can start adding in a little bit of salt and the Mrs. Dash into the butter. Then I put the onions in here, wait for them to turn translucent, and once they turn translucent, then that's when I add in the zucchini. This is a very quick and simple but flavorful dish that anybody can make, and it is a crowd pleaser. Like I said, it feeds a family of 4, so I hope that this is something that you will try for your family at your leisure. You have a family function, a cookout, an event coming up, and you need something quick and simple. You could do this with yellow squash. You could do it with zucchini. I've mixed the two together. Yellow squash plus zucchini together with the onions. And that's also a delicious mixture that you can do. You can use a spatula. You can use a spoon. Whatever you want. But give the onions a good stir and mixture into that butter, because you want that butter flavor to be mixed into your onions. Okay? And I am not heavy-handed at all when it comes to salt. So, 1 pinch of salt. You don't need too much salt when it comes to this recipe. Less is best, because you're going to have all the flavors coming from your Mrs. Dash. So you don't want to put too much salt inside of this dish. So you're just going to mix this around and let this onions cook and become soft and tender and translucent, which doesn't take long. That's why I love white onions. I cook with yellow and white onions, sweet onions, whatever you call them. Everybody calls them something different. But I cook with the sweet onions more often because I like the way they caramelize. The red onion is good, flavorful when it comes to certain dishes. But when it comes to 85% of the dishes that I'm making, I'm going to be using sweet onion. I just love the way that it tastes and how it complements the flavors of the things that you added to. Alright, so just let that rest. Now some people keep their zucchini this way, and some people take the skin off. I personally like the taste of the skin, so I keep my skin on my zucchini. But I have seen people take it off, so it's at your leisure. Whatever your preference is. If you like the skin on your zucchini, then wash it and chop it up. If you don't like the skin, then hey, use a potato scraper, skinner, skin your zucchini, and then chop them up and season them as I am, alright? You do what you want to. You do what works for you and your family. And my Tabitha Brown voice, because that's your business. You're going to eat it, so you do what is enjoyable for you. Alright? I cannot wait till Miss Tabitha Brown, McCormick Sunshine, finally comes back and stops so I can get some, because I will be making me a video seasoning some stuff with Miss Tabitha Brown Sunshine Seasoning. Yes, I will. I cannot wait. Alright, so my onions have become translucent. So now I'm going to simply add in my zucchini a handful at a time. I don't want to overdo it. Okay. I have my heat turned down to medium low, because I don't want that butter to cook out. I want that butter flavor to be inside of the zucchini also, okay? So, taking my time. This is a dish that does not take long to cook. It's a very simple, flavorful dish though. So, I'm going to add just a little bit more salt to the top of the zucchini. The salt will draw the water out of this zucchini and cause it to shrink. And then the shaker part, I'm going to say you're going to use 2 tablespoons of this Mrs. Dash to your zucchini. Okay? And that just kicks up the flavors to this dish. Okay? Now they have more than one mixture of Mrs. Dash. You can use whichever one you like. I personally use them all. I have the purple one, the red one, no, the purple, the yellow, and the green. And then they had like an orange color one. I have used all of them, but for this vegetable mixture on today, in my opinion, the best one is this yellow one. It's the original flavor of the Mrs. Dash. Okay. Now I am noticing that my zucchini is running out of butter. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add some more butter to the pan on both sides. Because I want that buttery flavor in the zucchini. I don't want my zucchini to burn. Okay? So, if you notice that your zucchini is starting to stick to the bottom of the pan, just add some more butter to coat the pan. Okay. So that zucchini flavor, the butter is in that zucchini. You want that buttery flavor in your zucchini and in your onions. Okay, guys? And like I told you, this thing does not take too long. You just want the zucchini to get soft and tender to the touch. So I usually just use the tip of my spoon and poke it. And when it's not crunchy anymore, then I know that my zucchini is ready. Your onions will be nice and translucent. And this smell, my God from Zion. If you guys could smell how delicious and scrumptious, delicious this zucchini tastes, I promise you, you would jump through this screen and come and have your plate. Alright? But I give this another 2 to 3 minutes on low heat just for it to saturate the flavors of that delicious butter. On the side of this is going to be deviled eggs. If you have not seen my deviled eggs, you are in for a treat. Go look up the video where I made deviled eggs. So I have deviled eggs on the side, zucchini and onions, and then I made some very simple Italian dressing, boneless baked chicken breast. So I've done a video for that also, but it's really, really simple. You take a jar of Italian seasoning after you wash your boneless, skinless chicken breast, season them on both sides, put them inside of a glass pan with seasoning, salt, black pepper, garlic pepper, let it bake for about 15 minutes. Then you take half a bottle of Italian dressing and you pour it on top of your chicken. Throw it in the oven on 350 degrees and ta-da! Your chicken will be ready. So, baked chicken with the Italian dressing, whichever Italian dressing you want. I'll show you guys the kind I use. This wishbone, yep, wishbone fat-free Italian dressing. Just pour the whole thing right on top of the chicken. Let that sucker go in the oven. Before you know it, it will be done. So deviled eggs, zucchini with the onions on the side. I'm gonna zoom in and let y'all see it. And then I'm gonna pull my deviled eggs out. That's the next thing I'm making is deviled eggs. But I don't want this video to be too long. So I'm gonna make my deviled eggs. And then dinner is served. But I'm gonna show y'all what the deviled eggs look like because I haven't the last time that I made the deviled eggs. Can you see that? Deviled eggs. Deviled eggs with a little bit of paprika up here for color. And let me show you guys the inside of my